Good evening and welcome to your most authoritative business and economic analysis program live here on TV3. My name is Parkus Yasari. Tonight we're joined by one of the most celebrated Ghanaian businessmen. He's the Chief Executive Officer of the McDan Group of Companies. Dr. Daniel McKorley is my guest on the program tonight. Good evening, sir, and thanks for your time. Good to have you. What have you been up to?
Well, we are managing the weather.
You're always managing something.
I mean, we'll be managing not from today.
How's business?
Our business is good.
In this environment?
I mean, it's tough, but we are managing. It's very tough, but we are managing, yeah.
Some have described you as a very controversial businessman. I've been hearing this for the past 10 years or so. Are you controversial?
Well, I don't think I am controversial. I think the truth is only one.
Which is what?
I mean, the truth is the truth. I mean, you cannot shy away from, hide from the truth. The truth must be spoken, and I always stand for the truth. And I always feel that, and whatever you do, integrity is supposed to be your number one hallmark. So I don't joke with my integrity.
Who do you speak the truth to? Just your friends, or you speak truth to power sometimes?
Well, all around, I mean, I don't hide. I mean, you can, if you follow me, you can see how honest I am with the youth of this country. I have millions of youth following me and mentoring. And if I don't speak the truth, at times also it's good to speak up high. You need to speak for them to listen to you. And also, how do you navigate, or how do you change the mindset of the next generation in this country? It's all about mindset. If we don't tell them the truth today, it will catch up on us tomorrow.
You say you're not controversial, but you're a man who doesn't shy away from controversy. In fact, I started following you sometime about 7, 8 years ago. Your first controversy was in the run-up to the 2016 elections, when you were accused of having brought in mercenaries into the country. I'm sure you remember that, don't you?
I do.
Moving forward, you've been heavily involved in a lot of projects. The Songo Salt project is one of the most notable. How did you get that contract, first of all?
Well, the Songo project is not a contract. Normally, I don't like talking about the Songo. I promised myself that the first day I would comment on the Songo is when I am able to produce 1 million metric tons of salt moving out of the shore of this country. But based on for the purpose of this interview, for the respect I have for you,
Thank you for that.
I would just make a statement. You see, it wasn't my intention to go into salt production. I went looking for salt to buy, to produce chemical for the petrochemical and the water industry in Ghana. And this is where it had landed me. I dare, to be honest with you, I took a high risk to make a change. And as I always say, you said I am controversial. But at times I want to be shot for what I did. I don't want to be shot for what I didn't do. So I went into Songo looking for salt to buy. And I saw this huge natural resource. And I asked myself, is there no anybody in this country that can take this industry to another level? And I started reading about the history of Songo. It looked quite scary. We're talking over 15 years. Nobody had been able to dare to take it to even 10% of what I have done so far.
I asked how you got it because I know there were quite a lot of interested parties in that mine. And so McDan getting it must have been very curious.
Well, it took me 3 years to show the people of Adan respect. I didn't go to government. I went to the people of Adan. 3 years I was doing community engagement. I went from one chief to another chief, one tribe to another tribe. I expressed my interest to them that I want to develop the Songo. People have tried, but what I did was different. That is why today I am here.
Why is there so much controversy surrounding such a promising project, and a project that entails several millions of dollars? Why are people just, or why are some people just not willing to allow McDan to do this?
Well, it's not only McDan. Nobody had been allowed to do it. I can give you names. Names. I mean, I want you to do your own research and see how many people had gone to Songo and wasn't successful. During President Kufuor era, the Brazilians came with $3 billion to develop the Songo, but they weren't able to. So for me,
Had the magic wand?
no magic wand. This is Ghana. Ghana is it's a good place, but you have to understand the culture. You have to respect the people. You have to understand the way people think. I'm a street guy, so I grew my business from the street. So I think I was able to navigate and show the people respect, and also give them what they ask for.
There are still those who are not satisfied with you. Indeed, there have been recent reports about you being intolerant and possibly allowing for the abuse of some journalists. How do you respond to that?
Well, check the records again. I don't handle anything in Adan. No journalist on the record, no journalist has been abused till today as we speak. Whatever happened in Adan is between the people of Adan and not the traditional authority, the police. I mean, I have no hand in whatever is going on in Adan. I mean, the people, normally I want the people to speak. I don't want the minority to be making the allegation about Adan Songo. I mean, these people, I can tell you that people lie a lot. So I don't give my heart to those things. I'm always focused. And if you are not focused as a businessman in this country, you will surely get detracted by unnecessary noise. So if you look at my style, I'm always focused. I went to Adan to develop the Songo, and I am developing it for the interest of this country, for the benefit of this country, and for the benefit of the people of Adan.
Away from the controversy around Adan, let's talk about the prospects. I mean, you control over half of Ghana's salt deposits. What are you looking at? What's the vision behind this whole salt project?
Well, for me, it excites me because I'm a Ghanaian. Every aspect of this country is in the hands of a foreigner. So if me being a Ghanaian and also being an indigenous of Adan, to be able to be controlling that natural resource for the benefit of the people and for the benefit of this country, I think that is the excitement.
How much has it costed you so far?
Well, so far, we're talking about a lot of money. In the 1.5 years, almost $77 million.
And how have you managed to raise that money, that amount of money?
Oh, we got some from bank, my own equity. I mean, it's a very difficult business. It's a very tough investment. At times, I ask myself, am I being brave or am I being stupid? I'm always caught within these two. Am I being brave to dare into the Songo salt mine, or I'm being stupid? But as of today, I'm talking to you, I believe that braveness is what moved me in there. And everything you do in such projects, 99% of the people will doubt you. Either you're making a big mistake or you are making history.
And you are on the side of making history?
Oh, for me, I think I'm making history.
Let's talk about the total reserves, the prospect. Where are you looking at exporting this salt to? At what stage are we now?
Right now, we are heavily in the infrastructure stage. Luckily, we brought all equipment. Within 1-2 months, we'll be washing pure salt from Ghana.
1-2 months?
Yes. Yes. I mean, almost every equipment had landed at the factory. We are about finishing the industrial area. We are about installation. I'm waiting for the expert from Spain to come and start the washing lines installation. So we're almost there. We are almost there.
How much are we looking at exporting? Do we have already markets for these salts?
Well, this is the industry that Ghana imported 700,000 metric tons of salt last year. Nigeria is doing close to 5 million metric tons. Ivory Coast is doing over 1 million metric tons. Burkina Faso, Niger, Mali. Just in the West Coast, we don't have enough. This is what is going to be the game changer for the African countries in salt consumption.
Aside making McDan sustain himself as one of the richest men in Ghana, how important is this project to the African continent, particularly for Ghana itself, a country that is, you know, heavily reeling under pressures of foreign exchange instability?
Well, you can see the pressure on the dollar, and this is the business that needed support. This is the business that everybody should be happy about. I'm not going to repatriate my dollars outside. Every single dollar remains in Ghana, and this is what can help the dollar. If 2, 3, 4 of such businesses are hovering around the country, just see how stable the dollar will be. So for me, this is where the country should be looking at. This is where government should be looking at to give it maximum support, because this can stabilize the dollar.
How many jobs are you hoping to create out of this project?
So far, we have created about 3,000 jobs already. And this is the first phase.
These are direct jobs?
Direct jobs. This is the first phase. I don't think there is any job as looking at the economy, any company looking at the economy that can create as much job as Songo Electrochem can create. To be honest with you, that's the aspect that also excites me most, because I stand for the youth. And this is where the youth get jobs. We've created 2,000 jobs. This is the first phase. When we start the washing, we start the bagging, we start the export, we start moving into the port. We exported, last year we did an experiment to export about 10,000 metric tons from Ghana to Spain. We spent over 800 trucks, tipper trucks to the port. This is the first time salt has ever moved out of the shores of Ghana. And just look at the chain, just look at the value chain, and it's serious, it's promising.
Let's look at one of the industries in which you are heavily also involved in, which is the aviation industry. I know you've got an FBO license. You also operate in a jet. You must have started this about 2-3 years ago. And I guess the whole idea is to make Ghana realize its vision of becoming the aviation hub within the sub-region. But this has not come without controversy. In fact, I know that at the launch of your private terminal, there were issues. How did you feel about that, knowing that you're having an important ceremony as this, where major players within the industry were not present? How do you feel about it?
Well, for me, it's okay. This is Ghana. I'm a businessman. And as a businessman, challenges shouldn't deter you. Challenges shouldn't slow you down. Some of these things are about to happen. And these are the things that are supposed to make you strong. As I say always, in the face of adversity, that is where they see the strongest businessmen. I'm an entrepreneur. It is my job to be doing the right things. But where people mistaking take things to another level, it's a bit sad, but what can you do?
I know you have personally not spoken about this matter. You've remained very silent on it. I think what you did was to issue a statement as a corporate entity. But did you disregard the Ghana Airport Company?
No, how possible? I'm a businessman, and I do business. I'm supposed to do business with the authority. There's no way you have to disrespect your licensee. I mean, they are giving me the support. They are licensing me. There's no way. There's no way. I mean, that would be totally wrong on my part.
You suspect there were underhand dealings? There were people who didn't want you just, operating this terminal?
Well, I don't know. I'm a businessman. I just want to do my business. What people don't know, I've been in aviation for 30 years.
You're telling me?
I've been in the airport for 30 years. I've operated in the airport for 30 years. That's what people don't know.
I don't know either.
Yes, I have. I've gone through all the ranks. I started working at the airport as a messenger. And what saddened my heart is the airport is controlled by foreign companies. And also, what excites me, the FBO that we have down there is one of the best in the world. I mean, I didn't know how it all happened, but let's give thanks to God, because this is opening Ghana aviation up. This is really taking Ghana aviation to another level. And it's amazing that such a thing is sitting in Ghana. It will give Ghana a lot of respect. So I'll invite you to take a ride with me on one of the.
I certainly will take up the challenge. I will.
I'm bringing private aviation to the doorstep of the average Ghanaian. It's an exciting times anyway.
Wow.
We're gonna do a lot there. We're gonna do a lot there.
You kind of have been a bit silent, like I said, after all the controversies. There was a letter that was issued right after, which suggested that you had been asked to suspend operations. It's been almost 7 months now. Has that impacted you in any way?
Well, I've lost money. I've lost millions of dollars for not operating it after investing so much into it. But I'm happy it all happened, because at times when people don't understand certain things, it's rather negatively affect your reputation and the company. But for now, as it is now, everything is cleared. We have vindicated, and the winner actually is Ghana Airport Company and the country.
So you didn't flout protocol directives only because you are seen to be associated with the powers that be. You are known to be close to the presidency, to be close with Gabi Ochudako, and possibly that could have given you the strength to flout orders.
You're supposed to know me. I mean, I don't take advantage of relationship. Yes, Gabi is my friend. Bedietu is my friend. The president is my friend. Kando Foriata, all of them. They are all my friends. But why should somebody from a humble beginning like me should take advantage of relationship to be proud? I'm sorry, but if somebody has that assertion about me, it's just unfortunate. If you know me, normally I don't like singing my own song. I want people to sing my song for me. So, no way.
I know you've also been involved in a lot of corporate social responsibility projects. You've built community parks for a lot of people across the country. What inspires you to do this?
Well, I have one of the biggest foundations in this country, and I try to help the youth. I did not start from today. Check way back, almost 10 years now, I resurrected Ghana tennis. I'm supporting a lot of Great Olympics and other football team. I have under 17 team doing it for charity. I'm building a sports academy, football academy, and a tennis academy. I'm doing these as a way of giving back. We're building parks. I am the only, if I can say, I'm the only individual, maybe Wembley can attest to that, I'm the only individual building parks across the country for the youth. There are no jobs. We need to get the youth busy. We need to grow talent. So it's not that I have too much money doing that.
I was just about to ask you, you must have a lot of money to be doing all these projects.
No, you see, Ghana is a very good place. Ghana is a very wonderful place to do business. There are shocks though, but we have to give back to the society. I love Adan. So I have bought almost 150 acres of land to build a whole sports village for the people of Adan. I'm doing similar thing in Teshin. I've gotten their share of the pie with the park over there. I am doing one in Yendi. Sefiyoso, there will be one there. Cape Coast here, I will also do one there. In East Legon, there's going to be a whole sports center there. Volta region, we are starting another one in Volta region. So this is what I do. And it excites me to enter into a park to see what is going on there. And the one constructing the park is doing it so well. That is Robert Coleman. How can a country like Ghana always have all its AstroTurf certified by FIFA? A small country like Ghana. I'm not lowering this, not that because it's charity, we are doing something cheap. The one in Adan, for instance, we're doing a whole tartan track. World Athletic Association had sent to look at the area. Koma have talked to FIFA looking at the parks we are building around that place. So, I mean, with our charity work in sports, we do charity in other areas, but with the sports, we believe that we want to get out of most of the kids from the streets to get involved in activities. So I believe in Ghana.
With the kind of work you do and your status in the society, there's no way I can let you go without asking you about Ghana's economy. An economy that's been heavily challenged by inflation, rising interest rates. It's really tough for businesses. How is it impacting on your operations?
Well, we're heavily feeling it.
Well, we're heavily feeling it. Right now, most especially, I am in the aviation industry. Dollar is a problem. It has really impacted on my business coming out of COVID. So we're all looking at the strategy to stay afloat. So we are heavily heated.
There are many who have called for the dismissal, or if you like, resignation of the Finance Minister, Ken Ofori-Atta. This falls squarely under his bosom as Finance Minister. What do you make of those calls and suggestions?
Well, this is a difficult one, but I have a lot of respect for those who are calling for his dismissal or resignation. But I believe the president is the master tactician. He knows why he's still keeping him there. But I also believe that a man is not measured by his height during time of luxury or comfort. A man is measured by his height in times of adversity, in times of trouble. The whole world is in crisis. The whole world is in trouble. And for the president to still keep him there shows that he has confidence in him. He still has confidence in Ghana. And I also believe that the finance minister has a lot of institutional memory. If somebody can fix things, we've gone through a lot, and we've been able to navigate since he came till now. I don't believe that is the right thing to do in the last minute to cut him off in time of trouble.
You don't think there's been some level of mismanagement on the part of government bringing us to where we are today? We're heavily indebted.
Well, my mother, my late mother, may her soul rest in peace, has been telling me something always. She says, son, far is very beautiful, but as you get close, you see how ugly things look. Maybe where we are sitting, we don't know what is going on. But me as a businessman, things are tough. The whole world is going through crisis. We are not the only country that has joined the IMF. Maybe things could have been done separately. I'm a businessman, so I look at things from different angle. If I were to be the president, I would call him for us to have a strategy and not to fire him, to fix the country.
You admitted that you were quite close to some of these politicians, Gabi, the president, and other influential people. What have you been telling them when you meet them about the economy? Because you, on a daily basis, interact with the youth and they tell you about the joblessness, the frustration. What advice do you give them?
Well, we share. I mentioned the frustrations to them. What can I do? I can't do much. I'm not in power. I'm just a businessman. I have to take control. What I do, my interaction with the grassroots, what I do with the grassroots, that is what I share with them. And to tell you the truth, it's tough. It's tough. I speak the truth, and I tell them how things are not good down there. So I believe that they are aware. They are fully aware.
And speaking of you not being in power, there's been a clamor by some sections of Ghanaians that it's about time we try a businessman as president. We've tried politicians, we've tried academics, we've tried lawyers. Is this a challenge you'd like to take up someday in future?
To be a president of this country?
Absolutely.
Well, it had not crossed my mind. To tell you the truth, I'm a businessman and I'm focusing on my business. I want to make money. I mean, I don't want to do politics. And for now, it had never crossed my mind to rule this country. But I believe there are a lot of businessmen out there who will be interested in the seats. And maybe it's about time also we try a businessman. But not for me, not now, not wanting to be a president, no way.
Before we go, I'd like to find out also about the operations at the airport. So currently, what do you have? How many airplanes do you have? Private jets do you have? Helicopters? What markets are you looking at, for instance? What sort of investment has gone into this project?
Well, currently we have 3 private jets. We also
100% owned by McDan.
Yeah, 100% owned by McDan. We also have a helicopter. We are looking at the gold market in Africa, moving bullion, gold movement, the executive private movement, jet movement. We are also looking at medical, air ambulance. Our helicopter, for instance, is fully fitted with medical items, like we can move acid, if you, whatever it is, anywhere in the world, will move you. Within country, same. We'll have at least 4 doctors at our terminal at any point in time, which are paramedics too. So we're taking the aviation industry to another level. We are bringing 2 cargo planes to handle, I'm a cargo man, I mean, to handle the freight in Africa for after the continental free trade. And also we are bringing 1 vessel. McDan is starting the Black Star line. So we're going to start the operations of the Black Star line, but it will be called the new Black Star line. So we want to change things in both aviation and shipping. A lot of people, the world is going tougher. And I also believe that it's about time tough businessmen rise out of Africa and take the bull by the horn.
I'm excited about the challenges you're taking up. But a few days after that launch, the managing director of the airport company lost his job. Were you involved in that?
No, not close to that. I mean, how possible?
But you know, you're quite connected to the powers that be. So that perception out there could be that.
No, if I'm connected to the powers out there, will my terminal be closed, my business be closed for 7 months? I mean, for me, the president is a businessman, and he appreciates and supports good businesses as far as I am concerned. The president supports businessmen with integrity, because for me, he stands for the word integrity. So whatever it is, I believe that he is for Ghana. But if I am connected to the powers that be, I don't think I'm getting an extra favor. I don't think my business should be closed for 7 months to lose millions of dollars.
So everything is sorted now, and the ban has been lifted. You're going to start operations. You have no problems at all with the transport minister?
No, not at all, not at all. I mean, he's a politician, and I'm a businessman. We have our own skills and various lines. I respect the transport minister a lot. He did what he had to do at a particular point. I have to respect that. I have to respect authority.
So as we wrap up this conversation, so I know you're heavily into the SALT project. You're into the aviation industry. I mean, the freight forwarding, which has virtually catapulted you to this stage, is also one area that you continue to operate in. What else do you do?
Well, very soon, Ghana will see a lot. For now, I do one thing at a time. People think I do a lot, but a lot is coming up. There are some few under my sleeve that I don't want to release now.
You don't want to share with me now?
Not now, but within a year or two, you'll hear some blast. So,
Dr. Daniel McKorley, I want to say a big thank you to you, and thanks for inviting us into your home for this interview. I appreciate your time with me. Thank you so much.
You're always welcome.
All right, so that's how we end the interview. My guest has been Dr. Daniel McKorley, the Chief Executive Officer of the McDan Group of companies, and he's been sharing with us his insights into Ghana's economy and what he's been doing essentially as a businessman. Thanks for watching. My name is Parkwesi. God willing, we'll see you same time next week for another edition of your favorite business focus program. Bye-bye.